Hi, my name is M. Saif Shartaj. Today I am talking about text to speech from rules to neural voices. So from older rule-based system to modern neural voices. Today here I will talk about what is TTS and why it's matter, how it works today, common issues, ethics, and recent works. So here is the contents of our today's presentation. At first, I will talk about why I choose these topics. Text to speech, search and chat result into sound, useful for hands-free use and accessibility. It has real-world impact today. Screen readers, assistants, call centers, e-learning. It also feasible and demo friendly. We can build a small system and let you hear the result. It has an active research area, neutral prosody, zero short voice, multilingual, low resources. It is also measurable, like how we can score intelligibility and naturalness, and time it with real-time factor, and transferable to many apps, alerts, audiobooks, navigation, and spoken answer in IR. So here I introduce what is TTC. Converting what is TTC. So TTC is text to speech. Simply means turning written text into natural sounding speech. What we want from good systems is intelligibility, naturalness, like human-like, and expressiveness, appropriate rhythm and emotion. So why it now? For uh, voice interface are everywhere, like assistants, screen reader, call center, and modern neuron models make high quality and low latency speech practical on real devices. For this course, think of TTS as output layer for IR after retrieval or generation. The system delivers a spoken answer for research, chat, or RAG. So here I'll tell you what is TTS. So we start with text. It goes into TTS model with three parts. Number one is a text front end that normalize text and decide pronunciation. An acoustic second one is an acoustic model that predicts speech features, and a vocoder that turns those features into a waveform you can hear. A good system is intelligible, natural, expressive, and it let us control voice, speed, and style. So this matters uh, now because voice UI are everywhere, and modern neuron model make high quality, low latency speech practical. So what is the challenges are here? The first one is text fronted, like hard cases like number, dates, abbreviation, and name pronunciation. It is challenging. Naturalness, it also one of the uh, major challenges here. And third one is alignment and duration, like mapping phones to times, bad timing causes skipped or repeated sounds. Data constraints, there's need to clean well labeled hours, domain and accent mismatch hurts quality. And vocoder and audio artifacts like buzz, hiss, metallic tones, especially at fast or long alter utterance, latency and compute. It is one of the challenges in TTC must run faster than the real time and on device versus cloud trade-offs and ethics and legal. It's a constant for voice cloning, disclosure, watermarking, and training data rights. So here is the pre-neural TTS. Before neural models, we had two main styles. One is concatenative unit selection, like build a big database or recorded speech, then it sneeze the best, matching units together. It sounds very natural when the database has exact context, but it's a little bit hard. Join are audible and coverage is limited. The second one is statistical parametric, HMM. Its predict parameter like spectrum, FO, or duration, then synthesize the with a vocoder. It's flexible and compact, but the vocoder and over smoothing makes speech buzzy and robotic. So why we go with neural acoustic model plus neural vocoder keep the flexibility while driving much higher naturalness and better prosody control. For that reason, we need to go neural. So next slide, I will tell you the modern TTS pipeline. It's a big picture. Here we have three steps. First step is the text front ended, cleans the text like they clean number, date, symbol, and convert it into token and with G2P and can add a lexicon or a simple prosodic cues. The second step, the acoustic model, maps those tokens to acoustic feature, usually a male spectrogram, and often predict duration, pitch, or energy. And the third step is vocoder turns those feature into a time domain waveform. Modern neural vocoder like WaveNet, WaveRNN, Hi-Fi GAN make it sound natural in real time. So here the summary is the text to then token, then feature, and then the speech. So here I will talk about the text fronted and why matters. So we normalize abbreviation, number and dates like DR to Doctor, 1204 to December 4th, like that. And we run G2P, so what get the right pronunciation and homographs are disambiguated, like lead the metal versus lead to guide. So the punctuation and the cues provide pauses and innocent cues. The domain lexicon, we add domain lexicon so medical and technical terms are pronounced correctly. If this step is wrong, the model may sound great but say the wrong thing. Autoregressive acoustic model. This predict the spectrogram one step at a time, each step depending on the previous one. A classic example is a Tacotron 2, an encoder decoder with attention. The attention that turns text into a mail spectrogram, then a vocoder make it audio. Here prose is it's very natural prosody and easy to condition on a speak or style. Cons is here, generation is sequential, so it's slower. The attention can drift and causes repeat or skip on long passages. Non-auto, auto regressive and flow based models. These generate in parallel, not step by step. Fast space to predict duration, pitch, or energy, then make the whole mail at once, fast and stable. And Glow TTC uses normalize the flow with monotonic alignment search, avoiding attention drift. BITS unifies acoustic model plus vocoder and end-to-end, giving a strong quality and near real-time synthesis for deployment. Neural vocoders turns spectrograms into waveforms. Uh, WaveNet, auto-regressive, it's a gold standard quality, but sample on point at a time, high latency and great for offline. Wave RNN and Wave Glow, faster with good quality and useful middle ground. Hi-Fi GAN, it's a non-air. It generates in parallel, real-time on modern CPU, GPU with high fidelity. So bottom line here, uh, we can pick the vocoder by quality versus latency versus compute. For live edge use, a small hi-fi gain, and for offline, highest quality and WaveNet style. Why TTS matter for IRs? TTS is the last, it trans retrieve result into spoken answers, alerts, and summarize. It boosts accessibility and hands-free use, useful for screen readers, driving, or multitasking. We can personalize pronunciation with domain lexicon, so names, course code, and medical terms sound right. In a RAG pipeline, we go retrieval to text answer to concise spoken replay with low latency. So user hear what they need immediately. Now I will talk about the ethics, consent, and safety. First, never clone voice without explicit and written consent. State the purpose where audio will be used for how long. The second one is label synthetic audio in demos and outputs and never impersonate a real person. And the third one is when possible add watermarking and fingerprinting and follow a few courses policies for data handling. Sorry. Finally, mitigate bias, train and evaluate on diverse voices, and double check pronunciation of names and accents. Keep recording on approved is strong and remove them on request. So here is the common pitfalls and quick fixes. Repeat or skips, split the long sentence and punctuation and shorten inputs. For bad pronunciation, we can use the G2P and add custom lexicon entities for names and terms. For noisy data, we can trim slices, denoise, drop outliners, and keep constant sampling rate. and choppy prosody, tune duration, pitch, and prediction. We can add SSML pauses or adjust speaking rate. For- we do the listen to small validation and set and compare spectrogram after every change. So here, recent work is with the natural species 3. So now I will talk about this. This model is split species factor like content, timbre, prosody, and acoustic detail, and train separate diffusion modules for each. A codec encoder turns audio into discrete codes. At interface, the factorized diffuser generate those code from text, while a short timbre prompt set the target voice. A codec decoder then reconstruct the waveform. The result is better zero-shot voice cloning and more control over pace, pitch, and style. And this paper published in ICML in 2024. So the conclusion is TTS quality comes from the all three first working together: front end, acoustic model, and vocoder. Peak architecture by need, Tacotron Air for natural prosody, fast speech glow, TTS for speed and stability, VITS end-to-end for strong quality with real-time potential. Evaluate with MOS, intelligibility, and latency RTF, and keep ethics constant and leveling in place. So we can plan start with simple API or an open model, then iterate and add a lexicon for or SSML. Then we can control to the improve expressiveness. So this is are the reference that I survey for this talk. And thank you so much for listening. I hope you will like the talk. Thank you.